Welcome to all of you. In this video, we will discuss some of the important PYQs from General Studies, Paper 3. So, this is a series which is now started by me. I have a certain level of experience with respect to economics and finance. I have a finance degree, MBA in finance and HR, and I've been teaching in various institute the economic subject along with my regular philosophy option that I teach. So, certain students were asking that, sir, please let us know, let us be made aware of what are the key requirements of an answer in General Studies Paper 3 because overall the marking pattern is very less. If you see that people are scoring 100 plus and around 110 easily in General Studies Paper 2, also in GS1, but this is not happening in GS3. So GS3 is very you can say it is conceptual in the sense that there are concepts which are applied and you need to know the depth of those concepts. An examiner would definitely appreciate if you hit that depth in your answer. So through these series of videos, we'll try to understand the nuances that must be kept in mind while answering a question of General Studies Paper 3, especially economic. Okay. So the question is, it was asked in 2020. The question is on potential GDP. It says define potential GDP, explain its determinants, and what are the factors that have been inhibiting India from realizing its potential GDP. Okay. So a concept has been asked and you have been asked to define it at the outset. Then you should tell what are the determinants, what goes into making potential GDP, defining potential GDP of a country. What are the factors that have been inhibiting, but they have been uh, playing as a hurdle from India to realizing its potential GDP. So before that, you must know a concept here that there is actual GDP and potential GDP. Actual GDP is the current level of output an economy achieves. Okay, the current level of output an economy achieves. This is the actual GDP. भाई actual GDP इंडिया की क्या है? You know that it is around, अगर nominal terms में बात करें तो it is around $3 trillion के करीब. Potential GDP, now comes the picture, important. Potential GDP is actually the highest level of output an economy can achieve without causing inflation. Okay, highest level of output an economy can achieve without causing the problem of inflationary pressures. Because if you keep on growing, the growth might be just due to the level of prices increasing, the price level increasing. There might not be actual increase of output, only just due to the increase in prices of the goods and services, the overall GDP is now increased. That's why we also study the concept of real GDP and nominal GDP. You have seen that certain times real GDP does not show a significant increase, but nominal GDP shows a significant increase because nominal GDP is the output at current prices. So current prices might be inflated due to various reasons, due to supply side pressures, demand side pressures. It might increase due to the uncertainty surrounding the economic scenario of the globe, this might be the reason why current prices have increased. So there could be situations where economy might only be the growth might only be showing because of prices increase. Hence, it is important that the highest level of output that we achieve must be without causing additional inflation. Let's say if the current level of inflation is 4%, at this 4% inflation level, what is the highest level of output we can achieve? Right? So, this is the concept. There is also the concept of inflationary gap. Inflationary gap. When your actual GDP is greater than its potential GDP, it leads to the inflationary gap. Actual GDP ज़्यादा है potential GDP से, because so it would mean what? अगर एक्चुअल जीडीपी ज़्यादा है पोटेंशियल जीडीपी से, तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि देर इज़ मोर डिमांड फॉर गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज देन देर इज़ अवेलेबल सप्लाई. मतलब एग्रीगेट डिमांड तो इंक्रीज हो रही है, बट देर इज़ नो सब्सिक्वेंट इंक्रीज इन सप्लाई टू मैच इट. ये हो गया हमारा एक्चुअल जीडीपी की वजह से इन्फ्लेशनरी प्रेशर, इन्फ्लेशनरी गैप, कि पोटेंशियल जीडीपी कम है और एक्चुअल जीडीपी ज़्यादा है. तो इसी का अपोजिट होगा डिफ्लेशनरी गैप. दिस कॉन्सेप्ट्स विल ऑल्सो कम हैंडी इन योर प्रीलिम्स एग्जामिनेशन. डिफ्लेशनरी गैप क्या होगा? वेयर द पोटेंशियल जीडीपी इज हायर देन द एक्चुअल जीडीपी. तो वहाँ पे क्या है? सप्लाई इज देयर बट डिमांड इज नॉट देयर. ओके, so with this we have set the background for this question. Now let us understand how to answer this question, because in economics you need to know the concepts also in order to appreciate what the examiner is trying to ask. So it has been asked, what is potential GDP? Define in only one line, that it is the highest level of output. ठीक है? An economy can achieve without causing inflation. Okay, then it has been asked, what are the determinants? So you also mentioned the determinants of it, that this potential GDP is determined by बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं इसके अंदर, जैसे प्रोडक्टिविटी है, it is one of the factor. Efficiency in utilizing the labor and capital, इसकी वजह से भी प्रोडक्टिविटी किससे होगी? आपके पास प्रोडक्शन के लिए फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन कौन से है? इफ यू सी, फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, लैंड, लेबर, कैपिटल और हमारा एंटरप्रेन्योर. ठीक है, अब इनकी एफिशिएंसी, तो यहाँ पे एफिशिएंसी मोस्टली हम किसकी बात करेंगे? हम बात करेंगे लेबर और कैपिटल की. और लेबर और कैपिटल की भी किस टर्म से बात करेंगे? विल सी कि टेक्नोलॉजिकल प्रोग्रेस कितनी है, बिकॉज टेक्नोलॉजिकल प्रोग्रेस कैन इंक्रीज द ओवरऑल प्रोडक्टिविटी. करंटली द one set of labor is producing 10 goods, but if you put in a machine there, it can significantly increase, it can 10x. So productivity is important factor of potential GDP. Then also natural resources. The availability and efficient utilization of resources like land and minerals, these are also important factors. Then if you see the legal, political and economic institution and their effective functioning, that is also very important. So you can talk about the institutional framework. Here you can talk about the effectiveness. हर जगह effectiveness important है, क्योंकि आप देखोगे कि इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम भी है, इकोनॉमिक इंस्टीट्यूशंस है, लीगल इंस्टीट्यूशंस है, पॉलिटिकल इंस्टीट्यूशंस है, बट आर दे वर्किंग इफेक्टिवली, आर दे वर्किंग एफिशिएंटली? दैट इज़ मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट. तो लीगल साइड पर हम देखते हैं कि इफ़ केसेस आर ड्यू इन द कोर्ट्स, इफ़ द justice system is crumbling, then the potential investors would resist from investing in that particular economy. So they have to ensure, an economy has to ensure the smooth, effective, and efficient functioning of its legal, political, and economic institutions. Then other points can be there. Capital stock of a country. कैपिटल स्टॉक में क्या आएगा? मशीनरी, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, ये सब बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. Machinery, infrastructure, very important. If you see in the case of China, Southeast Asian countries, they have significantly achieved a level of growth due to this factor only. Then labor force, skilled labor force की हम बात करते हैं. Size of labor force, skill of labor force, skill level of labor force actually. पहली बात तो size of labor force matters. Then skill level of sorry, labor force matters. Then participation rate of workforce also matters. So all these, productivity, natural resources, institutional framework, capital stock, labor force, etc., are the determinants of potential GDP. These are the most common points which you can use into any question which talks about the growth part of economy. ठीक है, ग्रोथ जो है वो एक एक्सप्लिसिटली एक टॉपिक है. सो वेन एवर देर इज क्वेश्चन ऑन ग्रोथ, you can always mention these points. They are very much relevant in the questions. जैसे प्रोडक्टिविटी की बात हो, नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज हो, institutional effectiveness of legal, political and economic institution, because economy does not function in silos. Economy of a country is interwoven by its functioning of other institutions. That's why if you see the major indicators like World Bank, you have ease of doing business indicators. They also measure the political stability, the overall legal institutions of a country, their effectiveness, because all that forms an ecosystem for the investors and the businessmen to actively lead their production output. So that is there. Next question is, what are the factors? So you have to give a heading. See, here we defined potential GDP by the highest level of output an economy could achieve without causing inflation. Then we said that it is determined by these factors. Now we are talking about the factors which have been inhibiting India's realization of its potential GDP. So if you have understood the determinants of potential GDP, you can definitely infer where India might be lacking. So if you talk about India, we have infrastructure deficiencies, and this is very much known that India does not have that kind of infrastructure which can support large scale manufacturing, seamless logistics, which is done by China and other major economies. So we have infrastructure deficiency. If you see the infrastructure gap, there is an estimate by Niti Aayog. So you will have to give reference of Niti Aayog that there is an infrastructure gap which costs India 4 to 5% of its GDP. देखो, नीति आयोग ये कहता है कि इंडिया के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर गैप के कारण इंडिया को अपनी जीडीपी का 4 से 5% तक गंवाना पड़ता है. इफ़ यू सी दिस पॉइंट. सेकेंड इज लेबर मार्केट रिजिडिटीज़. ठीक है, लेबर मार्केट रिजिडिटी है. ओनली 48% have some Proper employment. Proper employment does not mean formal employment, because formal employment is very less in India. It is actually around 12 to 13%. बट 48% इज़ दैट कि जहाँ जिनके पास एक ठीक ठाक एम्प्लॉयमेंट है. मोस्ट इज़ अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट. Most is underemployment, and the reason is labor market rigidities. Then educational shortfall, if you see, educational skill shortfalls. Here you can talk about World Bank. World Bank publishes its Human Capital Index. In this Human Capital Index, World Bank says that India ranks around 116th in this index, and the reason is we are very short of the productivity of our masses, the educational skill productivity of our masses. We have not been able to tap into our human capital potential. The human capital potential ही tap नहीं कर पाए, तो how can you tap your potential GDP? This is actually a very important thing. Then if you talk about agriculture, because agriculture is actually very important. 42% of the workforce is employed in agriculture, but still it contributes only 18% of the GDP. This you can back with Economic Survey 2023, right? Then obviously technology lag is there in India. So we were talking about this factor. Capital stock में we talked about machinery, infrastructure, technical lag is there. Slow tech adoption. This slow tech adoption is causing India, and this is leading to below potential GDP. It has been said by Niti Aayog. So you can use the name of Niti Aayog. But now the thing is, you have said that these are the determinants of GDP, these are the factors inhibiting India's GDP, but would you end your answer here? No. अब यहाँ से ही आपका आंसर 4.5-5 नंबर की जगह 7 नंबर 8 नंबर भी ला सकता है आपको. कैसे? You have to offer the solutions. It is the task of the aspiring civil servant that they should offer solutions. ठीक है, पूछे या ना पूछे, इफ़ यू हैव हाईलाइटेड अ प्रॉब्लम, इट बिकम्स इम्पेरेटिव दैट यू ऑल्सो ऑफर अ सोल्यूशन. सोल्यूशन कहाँ से आएगा? इफ़ यू नो द प्रॉब्लम यू कैन ऑफर अ रीजनेबल सोल्यूशन. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इन्वेस्टमेंट की बात करो, ठीक है. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इन्वेस्टमेंट में यू कैन ऑल्सो एक्चुअली टॉक अबाउट द एक्सेलरेटिंग द एग्जिस्टिंग NIP, नेशनल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट पाइपलाइन, टू close the gap between actual and potential GDP, right? And boost your GDP. Then labor market reform की बात करें, जो प्रॉब्लम्स है वहीं पे बात कर दी लेबर मार्केट रिफॉर्म की. We have the labor laws, labor codes, but they have not been implemented properly. Then educational and training की बात करेंगे, क्योंकि यहीं पे हम लैग कर रहे हैं, and we have not been able to tap into our human capital potential. इसकी बात करेंगे. We will talk about the vocational training. अब ये जो कीवर्ड हैं that we have to drop in. Vocational training, aligning with industry needs. ठीक है. I'm telling you all these things because these are most practical things which are needed. तो एग्जामिनर विल ऑल्सो नो कि तुम प्रैक्टिकल बात कर रहे हो ना. ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस की बात करें इसके अंदर, ठीक है. रिड्यूसिंग रेड टेपिज्म, कीवर्ड ड्रॉपिंग करो यहाँ पे. रेड टेपिज्म, कंसोलिडेट योर, कंटिन्यू टू एक्चुअली streamline the regulation part, because there is a term used by one of the institution. It says that India suffers from a regulatory cholesterol. Regulatory cholesterol. There is too much of regulation. Too much of regulation which is actually hindering the doing business ease in India. Then you will talk about agriculture reform, which is very important. These are very much needed. They have been avoided due to political compulsions. And what kind of agricultural reform you will talk about? You will talk about the reforming the agriculture techniques, farming techniques, consolidating land holdings, access to market, क्योंकि आपको पता है market is very important for farmers. अब इसके लिए जो adequate laws हैं, they have to come in and these laws have to be again, कैसे होंगे ये laws? State, farmers, state government, farmers और center and other stakeholders, उन सबको मिला के ही ऐसे लॉज हमको लेके आने पड़ेंगे विच आर अग्रीड टू बाय एवरीवन. देन टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्शन, जिसकी हमने बात करी, टेक की वजह से हम पीछे जा रहे हैं. टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्शन पर्टिकुलरली, अगेन टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्शन में हम बोलेंगे कि पर्टिकुलरली इन स्मॉल एंड मीडियम इंडस्ट्रीज, एंटरप्राइजेज, SMEs, क्योंकि SMEs जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा है इंडिया के अंदर. दे आर हाई इन नंबर and they also have the potential to boost our overall GDP and growth. So technology adoption, particularly in small and medium enterprises, would definitely help. So finally then you will conclude that by addressing these key areas, India can, अगर फिर अच्छे से बोलेंगे चीज़ों को, can more fully realize its potential GDP. बहुत ही शॉर्ट हमको कंक्लूजन लिखना है और कंक्लूजन इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एवरी क्वेश्चन हैज़ टू बी इन द फॉर्मेट ऑफ IBC, इंट्रो, बॉडी एंड कंक्लूजन. तो पोटेंशियल GDP ड्राइविंग सस्टेन्ड इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ, क्योंकि पोटेंशियल GDP का मतलब ये है कि हम सस्टेन्ड हमेशा एक लेवल ऑफ इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ अचीव करें and achieve our overall goal of, achieve our long-term goal of developed India, of Viksit Bharat, you can say Viksit Bharat by 2047. So this is how you can end the question. If you open up these many dimensions, this question was asked in 10 marks, you can certainly reduce some number of points, but you have to open the dimensions. I always say this. If you are not able to, अब देखो एक चीज़ें ऐसी हैं, अगर आपको ये पता थे डिटर्मिनेंट्स क्या हैं, तो you could have easily formulated what are the factors inhibiting. If you know the factors inhibiting, तो उन्हीं को हमने पैराफ्रेज करके solutions पे लिखा है, तो it can be written very fast. बहुत जल्दी इस चीज़ को लिख सकते हो, ठीक है. If you have opened these many dimensions, I can assure you that you can get at least 7 out of 10 marks by UPSC. ऐसा कभी नहीं होता कि if you are not getting marks in test series, this does not mean that UPSC does not give you marks. UPSC might give you 0 marks also, they can give you 8 marks also out of 10, depending on how well you have written, how well you have addressed the demand of the question in different dimensions. Okay, so always offer solution, don't leave at the level of problem only and conclude your answer. This way you will be able to score the maximum marks. We will continue with this series and come up with more such questions. I genuinely seek your support and thank you for, and if you have any suggestion, please feel free to comment.